The Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games are brought to you by Bell. Watch anywhere on any device with the 5 TV app.
Macular degeneration. There is no treatment.
Toyota. Start your impossible.
Danica, defense. Yara.
A new challenge.
Reese, defense.
Check.
Adriana, defense. Ava.
Proving myself. Check. It's not always easy. Check. Did I ever dream of this? Every night. When you find what moves you, it gets you through.
Let them say we're crazy. I don't care about that. Put your hand in mine, baby, don't ever look back. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
To tackle climate change, we all need to do our part. That's why the Government of Canada is taking action to help protect our environment. We're reducing plastic waste. We're making our homes and buildings more energy efficient. We're building a cleaner, greener economy. Find out how you can help leave a healthier environment for our kids and grandkids. A message from the Government of Canada.
Start your impossible. Toyota, proud sponsor of the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
First win, but not the last. Check. Into the spotlight. Check. Injured and out. Check. Prove them wrong. Check. Worth it? Always. When you find what moves you, it gets you through.
It's the final event of the season, the World Figure Skating Championships. Experience the highs, the lows, and all the drama. The World Figure Skating Championships, March 23rd to 27th on CBC and CBC Gem. During the Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games, stay up to date on what's happening at Beijing 2022 in 5 minutes, courtesy of the Buzzer newsletter, arriving to your inbox every afternoon. Subscribe today at cbcsports.ca/The Buzzer.
The Canadian Para Ice Hockey Show, brought to you by Petro-Canada.
Welcome back to Beijing 2022 and the Paralympic Winter Games on CBC. The bronze medal match now in para ice hockey, and the Chinese have really invested in these games and in their program. The program didn't start in para ice hockey for China until 2016. They didn't play their first international tournament until 2 years later in 2018, and the only reason that they're in this tournament is because they're the hosts. But they have looked great so far in getting to this bronze medal game. As for the South Koreans, they made their debut in Vancouver in 2010. They won the bronze medal 4 years ago in Pyeongchang. The South Koreans want to show that success doesn't come easy. It didn't for them. They shut out Italy in the quarters while China won a great game against the Czechs. Both were beaten soundly by the two top-ranked teams in the world, setting the stage for an impassioned affair. If these numbers seem lopsided, allow for some context. South Korea was in a three-team pool with the U.S. and Canada. China was in the opposite grouping and played one more game in round-robin play. This could be the beginning of a big-time international para-hockey rivalry, given proximity and politics. All right, let's further set up this bronze medal match between China and South Korea, and there are the men who will call it. Victor Findlay and 2006 Paralympic champion Paul Rosen. Go ahead, guys.
Well, Scott, you're right. It has been a challenging tournament for South Korea, given the circumstances they've had with a tough group, taking on Canada, USA, then scoring 4 against the Italians. Just 5 goals in the tournament, Paul, but you cannot underestimate this Korean side. They are one of the last 4 teams remaining for a reason.
Yeah, you know, the Korean team they played against the U.S. and Canada, so let's just wipe that out right now. And Lee, who we know has been one of the best goalies in the tournament, he's had 93 shots on goal. 93 shots on goal in 4 games is unbelievable. He's let 18 in, but he's played really well. This Korean team, they want to repeat the bronze medal that they had in 2018 in Korea, and they're going to have a real good game.
You know, on the other side, Paul, you've got a pretty interesting, bit of a mysterious story with the Chinese team. Not a lot of people knew a whole lot about them coming into this tournament, but they've really come in here and put the rest of the para-hockey world on notice, haven't they?
Absolutely. And you know what Scott said, 2018 is when they started. They played in the B pool qualifier, which has never happened, with Finland and Australia. Shen, who is a world-class player himself, had 30 points in that little round robin with Finland and Australia. He has dominated for the Chinese this tournament, 6 goals. If he gets his game going, they could surprise the world with a bronze medal. And look at some of these plays. Very solid.
China and Korea here in the bronze medal game, Paul. Let's have a look at our starting goaltenders for this contest. We expect the goalies to always play factors. When medals are on the line, it will be Yi Yan Zhao for the Chinese. And on the other side, you mentioned it already, Jae Woong Lee has been spectacular in the action he's had for Korea.
Yeah, the one thing that's very surprising is both the Chinese coach and the Korean coach have played both their goalies, switched them back and forth all tournament. I would hope that Lee is going to play the bulk of this game because he is by far the better goaltender. This could be fantastic.
So China and Korea, perhaps not the most traditional names when it comes to hockey powerhouses, but we're expecting an impassioned affair, like you said, Scott.
Absolutely, Victor and Paul, thanks very much. Passion is the key word for this match as China takes on South Korea for the bronze medal in para ice hockey. It all happens at the National Indoor Stadium, The Fan, when Beijing 2022 and the Paralympic Winter Games continue on CBC.
The Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games are brought to you by Petro-Canada. Supporting Canada's coaches and athletes is one way we live by the lead.
Wickenheiser has the puck. She's looking around for the open slot. She passes the puck. Over to Jolyn Wong. Jolyn Wong with the wrister. To R2 Drake. What a debut. Malta Garçon with it. Putting on a show. To Michaela Barnes, 94. Over to her mom. To Canadian Blind Hockey with the saucer. Over to Team Canada's Tyler McGregor. McGregor shoots. He scores!
Thanks, Canada.
And to Grow Sport in Canada, Canadian Tire is donating $300,000.
Train for your true calling with the Canadian Armed Forces. A message from the Government of Canada.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
You can now get anything delivered with Uber Eats, but take it from me, that doesn't mean you can eat anything you get. Burger, that is an eats. Paper towels, don't eat. Bottle of vino, eats by drinking. Nanas, eats every morning. Dog toy, don't eat unless you're a good boy. Toothpaste, that's a stumper. This game just got really hard. It's an eats, but it's a don't swallows.
Take it all in. Show up early, stay late. Live your passion. Get out, get in, do more. Hold. Get the bag, keep one packed. Don't put it off. Because when we make it count, we rise higher.
Stop. Just for a moment. With all the moving we do, maybe we've forgotten how joyous movement can be. Movement belongs to all of us. And no matter who you are or where you're from, we can help you get to wherever you need to go. And before you know it, you're on a great journey, moving from who you are to who you will become.
Toyota, start your impossible.
Good vet is hard to find.
Oh, there she is.
Veterinary practice isn't all about farm animals. Pets is where the future lies.
Based on the beloved James Herriot novels, All Creatures Great and Small. Sundays at 7 on CBC and CBC Gem.
Something big's coming, isn't it? Who are you? What do you do? The name's Sherlock Holmes and the address is 221B Baker Street.
Welcome back to the 13th Paralympic Winter Games on CBC. China, South Korea for bronze in para hockey. Let's get it to puck drop with Victor Finley and Paul Rosen.
Yes, it is bronze medal time at National Indoor Stadium in this Paralympic hockey tournament coming down to its conclusion today in Beijing as China and Korea square off at center ice. Victor Finley joined by 2006 Paralympic gold medalist Paul Rosen for this one, Paul. And boy, this is a first. We've never seen China and Korea match up before at any level, and we're going to have an early penalty here.
Interference right off the draw.
That did not take long. The referee today is Canada's Kevin Webbinger of Calgary, Alberta.
And there it was. Shen, their best player, is going to be serving 2 minutes or less for a what we would have to call a selfish penalty there. Just taking the Korean out in the neutral zone right off the opening draw. Now there'll be a draw inside the Chinese zone.
That might be a record for quickest Paralympic penalty ever to start a para ice hockey game.
1 second in.
So Shen Yifeng, who leads China with 6 goals in this tournament, sits in the penalty box, and South Korea, who are 0 for 12 on the man advantage thus far, go to work on the power play as an early shot from Siwoo Choi is turned aside.
That was a great save, blocker save by the goaltender.
There's Sung Hwan Jung. He's a threat for Korea. Passes over, and an early save is made by Ji Yan Chao, and he covers up for the whistle.
Another big stop wearing the number 20, made famous by the great goaltender Vladislav Tretiak back in the day. That's also a great stop by the goalie with a blocker. For all of you out there that are watching, if you're a young goaltender, make sure that the blocker stop, you turn your blocker in so you deflect the puck into the corner. It's very critical not to put the rebound straight out front for the opposing team.
Out at center, Kwang Hyuk Choi looks to work it back up the boards. And Wang Zhidong takes it back in over the line for China.
We've had more excitement, Victor, in the first minute than we have in some of the games that the Koreans have played.
Wasn't until late in the second period of the semifinal game that they registered their first shot against the Canadians and had another in the third. Test Canadian goaltender Adam Kingsmill.
Scored a nice one against the U.S. Lost that one 9-1. Had a real good solid effort in the quarterfinal, beating Italy 4-0 though.
That was Sung Hwan Jung that scored the lone goal against the United States in what turned out to be a 9-1 loss. Korea outscored USA though 1-0 in that third period, a highlight for them in this tournament.
Absolutely, that's something they will build on in this game.
And Jung will be one to watch today. 2 goals in the tournament, ties it for the team lead on the South Korean squad.
That's a situation that the coach of Korea will not be happy with. Anytime you have a power play, you do not want to make a long pass and ice the puck, bring it back into your zone. You want to carry it into the zone, make sure that you have possession. You have the ultimate situation with the extra man. Get into the zone, move the puck around.
This is a Korean power play that hasn't offered a whole lot of punch thus far in the tournament, and down to its final 15 seconds here on their first 5-on-4 advantage of the bronze medal game. Kwang Hyuk Choi.
This could be a physical game also, Victor. There's another potential icing.
And
wow.
Indeed it is Xu Jinkang wins the race, and back it comes. That's all gonna do it, all but do it for the Korean power play to start things off.
They had a couple of good shots and good chances at the very beginning. The last 30 seconds of the power play I don't think was very productive with 2 icings, and Chen will be coming on the ice in 2 seconds.
South Korea win the face-off. Young Sung Kim sends it ahead. Rolled out to center, and the Chinese are back to full strength. Shen Yifeng on the pressure, 17 in white. He will be the man to watch up front for China in this game.
He's got unbelievable speed. You're going to be very impressed with him as this game goes on.
Nicknamed Little Whirlwind. And we might find out why before too long in this game as it comes back out to center. Dongxing Jiang takes it in. And given up, the Chinese will skate it in over the line, offside. As that drew a bit of a rise from the crowd. Great to hear some atmosphere, Paul, inside National Indoor Stadium as the home country fans here have shown up to support China.
Yeah, as many as are allowed in the building. If there was no restrictions, I guarantee this building would be rocking. There would be whatever, 10, 12,000 people there, whatever the capacity is, and they would be going absolutely insane for their home country. I remember when we played in Vancouver a crowd was absolutely crazy. When the U.S. played in 2002 in the East Center in Salt Lake City, the crowd was absolutely crazy. Russia, when it was in 2014. It's just, the games are unbelievable when the host country plays.
This is the 4th straight year for the Paralympic hockey tournament that the host has at least played for a medal. Goes back to Vancouver 2010.
You're right. Yeah, it stopped in 2006 with Italy, but in 2002 also with the Americans. And Italy will be hosting in 2026. They did not have the tournament they wanted. They'll be putting a lot of time, effort, and money into the next 4 years to get the program back to what it was a few years ago. They really had a good games in 2018.
Would have been a pretty bold prediction to say that China was going to play for bronze at the outset of the tournament, but boy, they have put together a nice little run here. Ranked 9th in the world, lowest ranked team in this tournament. And they found a way to contend for a medal at the end of it all.
Well, yeah, like Scott said earlier, they're in this tournament because of the host. Slovakia and Italy came up from the B pool.
It's a big 7-0 win to start the tournament for China over Slovakia. I think that put a lot of people on notice.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. But they also, when they played in the B pool with Australia and Finland, they put up huge numbers.
Shen Yifeng skating in up the middle, can't get the shot through traffic. They'll go back along the end boards. Young Jae Cho tried to close him out. Back into the corner, Shen Yifeng. Worked it away behind the net, taken in by Wang Zhidong. Circles around, shot, scores! Redirected in front, and it's China who strike first in the bronze medal game.
The captain and the crowd is going absolutely crazy. I want to see this one again. I think it was a deflection, in off a sled, and we've talked about it in the tournament. You shoot from anywhere because the bounces, and there it was deflected off a Korean stick.
So Wang Zhidong with the shot and off a Korean and into the back of the net.
No chance for Lee. Lee's had some rough goals with deflections on him. No chance whatsoever. But that's what you have to do, especially when the difference between para ice hockey and able-bodied hockey is there's so many bodies in front of the net. As long as you shoot the puck on net, it could bounce off of anybody's stick, their sled, their foot, and that's what happened there.
So South Korea with an early power play opportunity. They can't convert, Paul, and what do you know? Trying to come back the other way and slide one into the back of the net.
Yeah, Korea has to get some action on the Chinese goal now, because if China gets another one with this crowd and this atmosphere, whoa, almost lost it there.
Back along the near side boards. China with control, giving up. Young Suk Cho couldn't get the shot through. China looked to gather it again as it floats out to center. Young Sung Kim passes off on the left side. Chinese with control. Yu Ji under pressure, lost it. And the Koreans try and work it back through. This one skips through the neutral zone, all the way back down the ice, past the South Korean goaltender Jae-Woong Lee, icing to China with 9:57 here left in the first.
We have had some incredible action in the first little 5 minutes and change of this game, and we knew that this game was going to be a big game with both these countries playing each other for the first time. China in their first Paralympic Games. The action is going to be non-stop until the last buzzer sounds.
Off the face-off. Zhang looks to track it down behind the net. Liu Ji steps in the way first for China. That nullifies any offense for South Korea for the time being as Tian Jintao sends it back out to center. Young Jae Cho with it, fires it in. Hu Guanjiang, back up the left side, and out to center. Here comes China. Opportunities taken away by Dongxing Jiang. When Korea won bronze at home in 2018, it was Dong Xinjiang who had the only goal in what turned out to be a 1-0 win over the Italians.
And that was definitely an upset. I'm very impressed with the speed of this game so far.
China on the hunt again. Sli Huangguang. Deep in the zone. Pops out along the near side boards, and South Korea bring it to center. Kwang Hook Choi is erased in the neutral zone. China transition. That gets a rise out of the crowd again as the shot pops up on Lee. And back into the corner it comes.
Seems like every time the Chinese touch the puck, the crowd is going insane.
This is the most lively atmosphere we've had all tournament long.
Absolutely, and maybe there's only 1,000 people in the crowd, but they sound like 10,000.
Sung Hwang Jung along the near side boards, looking to break free. This one's moved in from center. Just over 8 minutes to go. Wang Zhidong with the opening marker for China. His 5th of the tournament, not far behind Shen Yifang for the goal-scoring lead on China.
Big hit in the corner.
Shen Yifang with the hit, doing it all here on the forecheck. As South Korea move it out to center ice. In over the line. Jung Ho Jang on the far side. Can't corral it. This one's tapped right back down low for Ji Hyung Ryu. Up the middle. Young Suk Cho is closed off. The Chinese break through center ice again along the near side. Shen Yifang is directed out alongside the boards. This one's lobbed to the Korean line, and Siwoo Choi out at center. Racing after it. Moved into the zone, not far. Trying to control again. Su Yu Tao, the captain of Team China, tried to move it out. Shen Yifang couldn't hang on to it, and a fairly easy cover for Ji Yang Zhao.
That was a play that the Chinese goalie, technically not the right thing to do. Putting your glove down and stopping the puck. You want to, all the goalies out there that are playing this game, you want to put your stick down. Here's the goal again. Bad bounce. Kind of feel bad for Lee. 93 shots on goal, plus whatever we've had in this game. And that one goes in through no fault of his own. But back to that play, the Chinese goaltender, put your stick down, stop the puck, then your glove on top of it. When you put your glove out, that's where you can miss it. It hits a little rut in the ice and jumps over your glove, as we've seen quite a bit in the last little while. I don't know if you saw Peter Mrazek with the Toronto Maple Leafs, had a bit of a rough game. Hit a divot in the ice and the puck went by him. So that's what you want to do, goaltenders out there. Always be smart, use your stick. You have a stick, stop it with your stick, cover it with your glove.
So 1-0 here for China, a little over midway through the first period of play. Goal from Wang Zhidong, who was one of the 2 flag bearers for China at the opening ceremony. He's been having a great tournament as well. The Chinese looking for more in the offensive end of the ice. It's been scooped toward the net by Zhu Zhenfu. Back over to the far side it goes. Collision along the boards. Li Huangguang knocked it off balance. Tian Jintao sends it wide.
I'm loving the atmosphere in the crowd. This is going to get the players that are on the bench rejuvenized. They'll come. Here's a good opportunity here.
High in the slot. Chinese move it around, but they can't get the shot through. That was blocked by Young Sung Kim. And back to center. South Korea move it in. Back around the far side. They'll look to set it up now. Stripped away, only momentarily, as the puck floats back to the near side. First will be Zhu Jingqiang.
I'm impressed with the way the Chinese are playing defensively. We've got 3 guys back all the time.
Perhaps an opportunity now for Korea. Here's Jung off the wing, takes the shot. That was smothered before it got through.
Again, 3 in the corner there, protecting the puck.
Hook Choi moves it across. China take it away. Through the center ice area, breaking in over the line on side. Shot from long range, and Lee makes the save. Rebound pops out to the far side where Lee Hong Kwang picks it up. He's spilled to the ice. Referee says play on.
That could have been a penalty there. Getting a little rough.
And battle for it here right in front of the Korean bench. And finally, the puck is jarred free. It's going to be an opportunity for China. Centering pass is blocked. Still at the side of the net, no shot. And finally, it's gathered up by Tianjin Tao. Looks to turn it around. Tianjin Tao takes it again, and this one's fended off just wide of the net. Another hard collision. As Kwang Hyuk Choi ran into his man, this has been a physical first period between China and South Korea. Delayed penalty here upcoming. Canadian referee Kevin Webinger has his hand in the air.
Got the elbow.
And for the second time this period, we'll see a power play advantage.
But this time the Chinese will be getting the power play. I'm loving this. This is what this game is supposed to be. Para ice hockey at its finest. Guys banging each other, getting physical. You're playing for your country. You know, you want to win. A bronze medal's on the line. Look at the hit here. Kaboom, buddy, put the elbow up. You want to go shoulder to shoulder. Once you bring that elbow up, you're sitting in the box.
So Kwang Hyuk Choi gets 2 minutes for elbowing, and the Chinese power play will go to work for the first time in this bronze medal game. There's the South Korean head coach, Min Soo Han. 3-time Paralympian. He's a player for Korea, 2010, 14, and 18. Matter of fact, was the flag bearer in Vancouver 2010 for South Korea.
I played against him in a couple of exhibition games. He's a good player. Didn't score any goals, but he was a good player.
Was also part of the South Korean team that won silver at the 2012 World Championship. Korea's best result ever in an international para-hockey tournament. Off the face-off, China looking to set it up. Shen Yifeng takes a long shot. That one sailed just wide. Seng-Hwang Jung picks it up. Rolls this one all the way down the ice. 4 power play goals at the tournament for China, operating at 25% on the man advantage. Here comes Shen Yifeng hustling to center. Puck gets away from him a little bit. Transported over to the far side. Zhu Jingkang keeps it in. South Korea low in their own zone. Shen Yifeng in on the forecheck. Forces an airy clear out to center where the Chinese get right back on it. Wang Zhidong now. Leaves it behind.
Oh, he's got a lane.
Yu Zhenfu skates in on the left side, taken away by Jung. And locked up in front of the South Korea bench again. Pops loose. Went to center and thrown in the rest of the way by South Korea.
And this is the biggest difference, Victor, between Canada and the U.S. and countries like China and Korea. When the Canadians or the U.S. team have a power play, they get the puck in the zone. They do not panic. They make nice passes, the good puck movement. The problem with the other teams is they panic and just fire the puck in, go offside. This is something that they have to work on in practices now. Get your puck control. Get into the zone, control it. You have the man advantage. There's no reason to dump it in, especially in the game of para ice hockey. Skate it in, set it up, get your man open, and get a good quality shot on goal. You'll see it in the gold medal game with Canada and the U.S. They're never going to dump it in and take the opportunity to lose it and get it dumped down.
Face off in the neutral zone, and South Korea control, dump it down the ice. China pick it up again with their star forward, Shen Yifeng. Look at him go, skating through the middle. Almost made a beautiful move to the left side, but lost the puck in the process.
He would have been better there just driving through to the front of the net.
Here comes Shen Yifeng breaking through, passes across.
Oh, what a stop.
Does that one stay out?
That was a great pass.
Wow, what a look for Team China, but cannot convert.
That might be the save of the game if Lee made it. Can't tell 100%.
Save of the tournament. As Liu Ji moves it back over. Puck trickles back over the line out to center.
Great defensive play there.
That was a point-blank opportunity.
Wow.
China looking for more. Big collision at center ice. Here comes Shen Yifeng, makes another play up the middle, and Lee has to make another save. This time catches it with the glove.
Wow, that was a great play, a very unselfish play to slip it over. Here he comes here, great play. Oh, he hit the side of the net. It wasn't a stop. Oh, he'll be thinking about that one for 4 years leading up to Italy 2026. He had the wide open, yawning cage, as they say, and hit the side of the net.
Part of me feels like Paul all will be forgotten if he comes away with a bronze at the end of it all anyway.
It will from the team, but he'll think about that forever.
A tantalizing opportunity for China. It's all for naught. Is back to the line.
Well, that was a big
collision there amongst Chinese teammates. And another penalty here late in the first period with just 1:04 to play.
And the interference call there. Hope he didn't give it to the Chinese player for hitting his own player. That would have been crazy. Although we've seen some crazy things over this past week. We saw a tripping call in para ice hockey, which I've never seen in 21 years.
So Wang Zhidong, the goal scorer for China, sits in the box here.
Okay, I want to know how that's interference when the puck was right there.
Well, it's officially holding an opponent.
Oh, I thought he made the interference call. My apologies to the referee, son. You won't hear that often.
So holding, that's what puts Wang Zhidong in the box for China. South Korea 0 for 13 in the tournament on the power play, 0 for 1 in the game. Look to set it up as Jung fans on the shot.
That's what they have to do. That is getting the open man moving the puck around.
South Korea look to take possession back. Young-jae Cho stalled out here. And the Chinese take it back. Shen Yifeng out there killing this penalty, slides it down the ice.
That was a smart play, shooting the puck diagonally into the corner, the farthest way that you can, getting an extra 2 or 3 seconds taken off the penalty. You want to do that every time you can. Every second counts when you're killing a penalty.
Long stretch out to center, hit the mark. South Korea break in as they play it to open space on the near side. Final seconds of the first. Jung sharp angle gets the shot off. And the buzzer sounds to signify the end of the first 15 minutes of play. Just as we expected, a bit of a fierce affair between China and South Korea. A couple power play opportunities on either side. Only one goal to talk about, that belonging to Wang Zhidong on the Chinese side, as China at home looking to take the bronze.
The Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games are brought to you by Sport Check, proud partner of the Canadian Paralympic team.
First win, but not the last. Check. Into the spotlight. Check. Injured and out. Check. Prove them wrong. Check. Worth it? Always. When you find what moves you, it gets you through.
Yeah, you're doing it. Slowly.
This really is the stuff of Olympic dreams.
Ryan, we have found that you have a condition known as Stargardt macular degeneration. There is no treatment.
Right. Tricky.
Toyota. Start your impossible.
Hoy te he mirado sin quererlo, te he mirado a mi lado pasar. Me tuve que tragar el sentimiento, no supe de tu aliento, no más te vi pasar.
Hey, the gold medal event's on soon.
It is?
Yeah.
The event's about to start! I gotta get home!
Or we can just watch it on the 5TV app.
Watch anywhere on any device with the 5TV app.
To tackle climate change, we all need to do our part. That's why the Government of Canada is taking action to help protect our environment. We're reducing plastic waste. We're making our homes and buildings more energy efficient. We're building a cleaner, greener economy. Find out how you can help leave a healthier environment for our kids and grandkids. A message from the Government of Canada.
Let them say we're crazy. I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby. Don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Maybe we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
And I'm constantly being let down by you. I need you to be there for me this time, okay?
When it's time for reliability, it's time to Toyota. Check out our latest offers at shoptoyota.ca.
The Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games are brought to you by Toyota. It's time to cheer. It's time to Toyota.
Welcome back to Beijing 2022 and the Paralympic Winter Games. First period of play, bronze medal match. Wang Zhidong, the captain of China, gets his team on the board, and they have a 1-0 lead after the first 15 minutes of play. And there's a bit of a crowd at the National Indoor Stadium, and they like what they see so far from China in that bronze medal match versus South Korea. Let's talk about para-alpine now, and the Canadian para-alpine team on the women's side will finish these Paralympic Winter Games with the slalom. And we've got 2 veterans and a rookie in the standing event to consider for Canada. Let's take a look at the lineup in the standing event of slalom. Sophomore Alana Ramsey has 2 medals in 4 events so far. It will go a long way in boosting her confidence after that World Cup crash in 2019 resulted in a long-lasting mental struggle. Molly Jepson has a gold in the downhill, a silver in the GS. Slalom is not her strength. While Paralympic newcomer Michaela Gosselin isn't so new anymore, she has 3 top 10 finishes in Beijing. Run 1 of the women's standing slalom competition at the Yanqing National Alpine Center. Alana Ramsey of Calgary, Alberta in the start gate. Coming into this event, she already had a bronze in the Super G and Super Combined at these Paralympics. But today wasn't her day. The 27-year-old skis out in the top half of the course. That's a tough way to end her games in Beijing as she misses a gate. Moving on now to run number 2, and Collingwood, Ontario's Michaela Gosselin sitting 5th after her first run, looking for a strong showing to potentially earn the first Paralympic medal of her career. As you'll see at the conclusion of her run, the 21-year-old truly left everything on the course. After crossing in 1:46.87, she collapses into the waiting arms of her coach. In the end, her combined 2-run time wasn't enough. She had to settle for 4th place, her best result at her first Paralympics. The day belonged to Sweden's Ebba Arcio. The 21-year-old continues to impress at her first Paralympics, crossing the line nearly 6 seconds ahead of her closest competitor. It's her second gold medal of the week after winning the women's standing super combined a few days ago. Michaela Gosselin, who began skiing at the Osler Bluff Ski Club near Collingwood, Ontario, has her best Paralympic result. She's the top Canadian in 4th place. Alana Ramsey unfortunately did not finish the race. Molly Jepson did not start. Both of those skiers won 2 medals in Beijing.
Belugier of Toronto was 7th in sitting slalom. She came in hot following a stellar world championship. Katie is a longtime member of the Craig Leith Ski Club in Collingwood, where she began skiing at just the age of 3. This was her best result of the 5 events she competed in during her Paralympic debut. Let's head over to Katie to hear from her now.
Today was good. There was a little bit tricky course conditions on the first run, but thankfully they held up for second run and was able to put down 2 solid finishes, and I'm really happy with how I did. The pressure here is so much higher, so that's been something I've been struggling with, but able to come away at the end of the games with some strong finishes, I'm going to take that moving forward. Having the experience of the games, I'm going to be able to use that in my next 4 years and have this kind of in the back of my mind, knowing what to expect for the next time around, and definitely building on this performance. I have a long way to go, and I think I'm just going to keep on improving.
From the ice cube to the fan, curling bronze is on the line for Canada. We have that medal match against Slovakia right after this hockey game.
Bronze medal hockey, China's got the lead. Their captain scores. Meantime, the Korean goalie is holding them in it. We're back with the second period next on Beijing 2022 and the Paralympic Winter Games on CBC.
The Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games are brought to you by Petro-Canada. Supporting Canada's coaches and athletes is one way we live by the lead.
Start your impossible. Toyota, proud sponsor of the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
Let them say we're crazy. I don't care about that. Put your hand in mine, baby. Don't ever look back. And we can build this dream together. Stay Nothing's gonna stop us now. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Take it all in. Show up early. Stay late. Really late. Live your passion. Leave an impression. Commit. Get out. Get in. Embrace the moment. Hold. 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 Ah. Overdo it. Do more. Leave less. Breathe. Get the bag. Keep one packed. Don't put it off. Because when we make it count, we rise higher.
Haley Wickenheiser has the puck. She's looking around for the open slot. She passes the puck. Over to Jolyn Wong. Jolyn Wong with the wrister. To R2 Drake. What a debut! Malta Garçon with it. Putting on a show. To Michaela Barnes, 94. Over to her mom. To Canadian Blind Hockey with the saucer over to Team Canada's Tyler McGregor. McGregor shoots. He scores!
Thanks, Canada.
And to Grow Sport in Canada, Canadian Tire is donating $300,000.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated, so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games are brought to you by Bell. Pure Fiber Internet, the fastest internet technology.
National Indoor Stadium, the site of today's para ice hockey bronze medal game between China and South Korea. Right now, the tournament hosts China on top 1-0 due to Wang Zhidong with this first period marker, Paul.
This is all excitement. Shoot the puck on net. That's what happened. Just shoot it. Good deflection off of the good deflection for China, not for Korea. Off of the Korean stick and in the net, and that's what it's all about. You never know where the puck is going to bounce, and the Chinese have a 1-0 score, 1-0 lead, and this has been all action, Victor, all action.
Pretty intense first period in the books as we get set for the start of period number 2. Shots after 15 minutes of play in favor of China, 6-4. And it will be Korea who start the second stanza on an abbreviated power play here for about 40 seconds, at least left in it. As this one's sent down the ice by the Chinese. And South Korea, who are still searching for their first power play goal in this tournament, will now work it up to center ice. Jung is held up, gets the puck right back. Got to wait for his teammates to get onside, though. There's a tie-up along the far side that's stalling the Koreans, and they've got to go back into their own zone.
Look at the speed.
That's Shen Yifeng, who almost set up a gorgeous goal to make it 2-0 for China late in the first period, but it ended up going off the outside of the net. And Shen Yifeng picks it up again. Look at him go. Up the middle. Shen Yifeng scores! All by himself, alone on the forecheck. Shen Yifeng's got 7 in the tournament, and it's a 2-0 lead for China.
he is excitement, absolutely excitement. The crowd is going wild. You've got Declan Farmer on the U.S., you've got guys like Tyler McGregor on Canada, and you've got Shen on the Chinese team. Look at this, weights. That is absolute beautiful. No panic whatsoever. Like the best of the best. Connor McDavid. Just, I could go on and on and on. Phenomenal patience there, Victor. Most players would have just saw the goaltender down, panicked, shot it into the goalie. He waited. All of you para-ice hockey players that are watching from all over the world, make sure you do that. Take that extra second. Take what the goalie's giving you. Beautiful goal.
Shen Yufeng up to 7 in the tournament. Now, he didn't start playing para-ice hockey until about 2015, 2016, Paul, when he had his amputation. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it, for a player of this caliber to be such a newcomer to the game?
Well, I tell you what, they're going to be going nuts and putting him on posters in China, especially if things keep going. Now, there's a lot of game left. I did call. I know you haven't used the 1-800-ROSIE Psychic Network yet, but I did call the Chinese to win the bronze.
I might be calling that phone number before this game is over. Yeah, that's for sure. 13-13 going the second, and a good chance for South Korea is turned aside. As the puck comes back over to the near side where it's settled down by China. Ahead they come, charging it over the line again. Another chance developing as the shot is flung wide by Li Hongguang. Still loose in front, and Jae Woong Lee pokes it away. Along the end boards, taken away by Kwang Hook Choi.
I think the ice is tilted right now. The Chinese are all over the Koreans.
Couple discarded sticks, and referee Kevin Weminger makes the call. A couple Canadians on the official crew today. Of course, Kevin Weminger, the referee from Calgary, officiates at the WHL, but working the lines as well from Thornhill, Ontario today is Matt Furgenbaum.
I didn't realize that. That's where I grew up, Thornhill, Ontario. What a great play. Look at this. Lee goes down a little early, but you can't fault him for that. That's pure excitement.
All class from Shen Yufeng.
Tell you one thing, my friends watching in Australia, they won't feel so bad that he scored, I think, 17 against them in a whitewash.
Shen Yufeng, top forward from the Pool B of the World Championship in 2019 and 2021.
Yeah, and he was top forward in the C pool in 2018.
Might be one of the top forwards in the A pool as well.
It's very possible.
Certainly when it comes to players outside of North America, he's taking a claim as one of the best in the world right now. Center ice. Shot in by South Korea. And still tagging up there to get onside, so this will come back out to center.
And there will be 3 top forwards in the tournament. Right now you could look at a guy like Declan Farmer would be one of them. Tyler McGregor could be one of them. Maybe James Dunn. And then Shen for China. I think he's going to get it. Especially if they win the bronze. They should have somebody on that MVP type of status.
So Declan Farmer is currently the tournament leader in points. He's up to 15 now. Shen Yufeng is not far behind with the 2 goals today. He's up to 12 points in the tournament now.
For the U.S. Farmers hoping to get a few tonight. I know for the Canadian fans, they're hoping that Farmer is kept off the scoreboard. That should be a great one later.
With 7 in the tournament now, Shen Yufeng leads all players for goals. Brody Roybal of the United States is close behind him with 6 in the tournament. Brody Roybal, another key part of the United States roster that we'll see take on Canada for gold.
You know, and that's incredible when you think about it. Oh, here's a chance.
Back the other way. Rushing in, Wang Zhidong for the Chinese, and this one comes right back around to the near side. At center, Handed over to Jung on the left side. Shrugs off some contact, knocked him off balance a little as he absorbs another hit from Shen Yifeng.
Huge hit.
And he's down in the far side corner. Sung-Hwang Jung, the top forward for South Korea here, is in some pain.
That's a top player on Korea, getting absolutely hammered by the top player on China. And that's the one thing that people, if you've never seen this game, when there's contact in an able-bodied game, you're usually hit in the upper body off of the glass, Victor. And the glass gives. It has a little sway to it. When you're hit hard in a para-ice hockey game, you're hit into the boards. Look at that, his head hits the boards. I hope he's okay. But there's no give. It's like hitting cement. And the great Harvey Lord from the Canadian team for years, he used to say it. When he hit somebody in the boards, he felt like it was going up against a piece of cement. And that's when big-time injuries could happen. There's no give. Huge, oh my God, that's not good. That is not good. The trainer for the Koreans falls and hits his head on the ice.
He's back to his feet. And rushing over to attend to Jung in the corner.
That's where he gets, as soon as he gets out of the box, the bench, you have to have a linesman there to grab him and bring him out. Big crowd for the Koreans also. Wow, he might need a trainer when he gets to the bench. Look at this here.
Got another look here at the head from Shen Yifeng.
You're not going to speculate, but it could be a neck injury the way his head hit the boards again. And they need him. He's their best player. Wow. Well, we hope for a speedy recovery. Hope he gets back in this game, but ultimately, we never want to see anybody get injured. I had the honor to put the Canadian jersey on for 10 years, and you...
Now, they might be looking at this for a penalty, Paul.
I'm not a big fan of going to replay to see the hit afterwards. I don't think it was a dirty hit. You're both down low. He caught him in the shoulder, and his head bounced off the boards, which is not good. But I can't see it being a dirty play. He caught him shoulder to shoulder. The Korean guy dropped his head, and that's where the injury occurred. But might have been this follow through too with the stick and the spike.
Right, you got the spike on the end of the stick.
But I don't think that was intentional too. That's just a follow through of coming to take your next stride. And that's where the injury could have occurred. Obviously, we're speculating, but
it might have been both, Paul.
Yeah, the stick could have caught him in the neck.
Just a rough sequence of events there for Sung-Hwang Jung.
Well, we've seen some crazy plays. Liam Hickey getting thrown out for a phantom spear. Oh, he's calling the linesman over and the other referee. Tell you one thing, the Chinese are hoping that this is not a penalty, and especially a long-term penalty, because it could be 5 in a game for 17.
Right, their best player.
We can't tell what's going on. He was going over to the 4 minute.
4 minutes.
They are giving him a penalty. Maybe 2 for roughing, 2 for high sticking. I don't understand.
There is the Chinese coach, Nikolai Sharshukov, who's originally from Russia. He's got a translator there as well. And he's not happy.
Yeah. And the referee made the motion with his hand as a stick, like the butt ending, or that the stick caught him on the follow through. I don't think there was any intent at all, Victor, because as you see how he's making that motion, as he followed through with the hit, The stick slides through. Here he goes, shoulder on shoulder. Nothing wrong with that. But then the stick comes through and catches him in the neck.
So could we be looking at a double minor here for high sticking?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. And I don't think there was any intent, but you do have to have control of your stick. And he didn't have control of his stick. And there is the Korean player is okay, which is what you want.
So it looks like it did cut him on the neck. And that's why it's going to be a double minor here for Shen Yifeng.
And if you've never had a chance to see a para ice hockey stick, those ends are laser cut and they can go through your skin like a knife through butter. I've been cut many times over the years.
Oh, and it's a 10-minute misconduct as well on top of the butt ending.
Wow.
So it is officially a butt ending, 2+2.
They lose him for 14 minutes.
What a massive turning point this could be, Paul. So Shen Yifeng, the best player on China, very well the best player in this game, is gone for the rest of the period and then some. While South Korea, a power play that has yet to convert in this tournament, 0 for 14, have over 3.5 minutes here, 5-on-4, to try and clamber their way back into this game.
Well, if there ever was an opportunity for the door to be open for Korea to hold on to their bronze from 2018, the door is open. It's not open that wide, but it is open, Victor.
There's a turnover low in the Korean zone as Soo Chao sends it over to the far side. Kills a little bit of time, and Jung Ho Jang, the captain of South Korea, moved it out to center. Shot right back in by the Chinese. Well, this is a South Korean power play that has not looked very good thus far.
No, not at all. And to give the credit to the Chinese, they're playing a very smart defensive zone coverage, trying to really get on the puck. And there's another great play. Off the glass, fired off the glass down, kill that time.
Xu Jianfu with the shot up and down the ice. And Jung Ho Jang picks it up again for Korea. Move to the near side. Through the center ice area, Siwoo Choi was knocked off balance. Almost a short-handed opportunity there for Wang Zhidong. And the whistle sounds.
Again, a real solid defensive play in the neutral zone, just getting up against the boards, not letting the puck sneak through, and then firing it back down. Frustration on the Korean bench. You have to take advantage of this. You've got the best player on the Chinese team in the box for 14 minutes.
He won't be able to get out. It could be well over 14 minutes, Paul, because he won't be able to get out until there's a stoppage in play. And with para ice hockey, we can go for long stretches of play without a whistle.
Well, that's where you would hope the coach of the Chinese team in the intermission.
Well, chance developing as Siwoo Choi goes for a bit of a hard ride as it trickles into the crease, and smothering that is Ji Yan Zhao.
Great little play here, a little slip-off play. This is one thing that the Chinese goalie does a lot. He tips down, so he's got that big pad. You're not going to get it by him on the ice. You have to go upstairs. And you know what? Now that you've said that the coach of the Chinese team has a Russian background, this is probably why the goaltender is wearing number 20 as a salute to the great Vladislav Tretiak.
Right, well, Canadian coach Ken Babby was asked to describe China's play in this tournament. He said it was very Soviet-esque. Reminded him of the Soviet teams from the 70s and 80s, and perhaps it's no coincidence as well that Shen Yifeng is wearing number 17, the number that the great Valery Harlamov wore for years.
Wow, going back to 72, the Summit Series, he was incredible.
So still 1:45 to go in this Korean 5-on-4. Up the middle, passed over to the right side, and that one just missed the intended target. Jong Kyung Lee would have had a good look at the net. And once again, Korea have to go back into their own zone to retrieve the puck.
You know, I would like to see if there's a whistle here. The Koreans take a timeout and really start to regroup. They have to get some good quality shots, and they're just giving away an opportunity. There's only 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this 4-minute power play.
Here's Wang Zhidong. Skates in on the left side. Can't get the shot away. Still a minute to go in the power play. Just over 8 minutes to go overall in the second period of play. South Korea try and move it out. Cut off by Tianjin Tao, and he rips it wide.
Great penalty killing. They're going on the offense. They're not sitting back, and that's what the best penalty killers in the world do.
A couple drop passes, and South Korea start to move it out of their own zone. Delivered up to center ice. Here comes South Korea, but again, the puck pops away. Zhu Jiankang takes it, and once again, thrown down the length of the ice by China.
Very smart. Very, very smart.
Time running out on the South Korean power play as Jung hands it over. Young Jae Cho in over the line, scoops it over. Sung Hwang Jung on the far side boards again. Nothing cooking for him. Taken away by Wang Zhidong. And mission accomplished for China. They almost got a breakaway out of that for Tianjin Tao, but they kill off the double minor.
They kill off the 4 minutes, which is great, but now the 10-minute misconduct starts, and they lose their best player for the balance of this period and 4 minutes in the third period.
Battle for it here along the blue line. Xintao couldn't move it in far, and trying to take it right back at center ice. Worked around. Puck slides all the way back down. Ooh, that was a close call, but just enough for icing.
That was very close. I thought with the new hybrid icing, he might have beat that one. But one of the great things about the Chinese team and the way they're playing, it's all offense and it's smart defense, and that's critical to the teams like the Italies and the Slovakias. Watch this game and learn the technique that the Chinese have brought into play, and for so young to be in this game. They've only been in the game for a few years, and the way they're playing like a veteran-laced team like Canada and the United States.
Do have some young players on this Chinese squad. Tianjin Tao, just 19 years of age. One of two 19-year-olds on this Chinese roster. On the other side, you do have a very veteran squad in South Korea. The average age on this team is 39 years old for the South Koreans.
And we've talked about this all tournament. The Koreans have to get their grassroots program on track. Otherwise, they're going to be in serious trouble when we get to Italy in 2026. And this Chinese team, they're going to be a great force for not just a bronze medal, but I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of years, they'll be playing Canada and the U.S. a lot tougher.
Youngest player on South Korea, 25 years old. It's actually two of them. Siwoo Choi and the goaltender, Jae-Woon Lee, both 25 years of age. Shen Yifang, just 23 years old as well for China. They're a young star. We'll see lots more of him past Beijing 2022, that's for sure.
But they also have on Korea a bunch of guys in their 40s.
They do. The oldest player on South Korea is the backup goaltender for this game, Hyuk-Jun Choi. He's 49 years old.
This might be his last games.
This one's moved over to the far side. This is a game, Paul, in para ice hockey where you can see a wide variety of ages. You weren't exactly a teenager when you got your start in the game.
No, I say it all the time. In Salt Lake City in 2002, I was 41, almost 42 years old, and Graham Murray from Gravenhurst was 15.
Back over to the far side. Zhang looks to pry it free. Shang Shidong had it for the Chinese. And Tianjin Tao moves it back around to the near side. Collision along the boards. 5 minutes to go in the second. This puck floats out to center. Ripped right back in. With a dangerous one there as Jae-Woon Lee settled it down in the Korean net.
When they counted, though, it was a delayed offside.
From center, shuffled in off the boards. And sent right back through the neutral zone into Chinese territory.
So far, this is a picture-perfect chalked up play for the Chinese, the way they've drawn it up before the game. They've done it perfectly. Everything is working to their advantage right now. They're playing smart hockey. There's still a lot of hockey left, 4:23 left in the second, and a full 15 in the third. But wow, they are playing well.
No goals, or rather check that one goal in this period for China, courtesy of that man right there, Shen Yifeng. But a big penalty kill for the Chinese as well. Here's another look at some of Shen Yifeng's handiwork in this game.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he is sitting in the penalty box. Look at this play. Wait. Patience. He is hoping that these last 7-8 minutes of his 10-minute misconduct can go as fast as possible.
So altogether, with the intermission as well as the stoppages in play, it's probably going to be about 45 minutes real time between shifts for Shen Yifeng. How difficult is that for a player, Paul, to go from playing in the heat of the moment to sitting out for 45 minutes and having to reinsert yourself back in the game?
Well, normally it'd be very tough. With his situation, it's even tougher because he plays the most. He's got the most ice time on the Chinese team, and I wouldn't be surprised. He's going to come back around the 11-minute, 10-11-minute mark of the third period. I would not be surprised if he does not come off the ice. If he plays, if there's 11 minutes, if he plays 9 of the minutes.
That is a difference between stand-up hockey and para hockey, and that you don't see 30-second shifts in this game the way you do with stand-up.
No, the United States, they get to play Roybal and Farmer sometimes 4 or 5 minute shifts. In 2018, when Canada and US went to overtime, Roybal and Farmer didn't come off the ice.
Yeah, late in the third period, Declan Farmer scored to tie it late in that game, and then ultimately scored the golden goal in overtime to give USA the win. As here comes China charging in over the line. Gathering possession is Li Hongguang. Can't get an angle though to take the shot as Kwang Hook Choi takes space away, and they pile in there. Li Hongguang calling for something here as finally the referee blows the whistle. Little hostilities here.
And the face-off's going to come outside as the defense came in, egging the crowd on to start cheering. As we get further along into this game, the bad blood is going to get even more. This is like a U.S., a Korea-China game is going to be like a U.S.-Canada rivalry. This could be a great rivalry, and this is what the game needs. We need that new blood in it. Canada-U.S. is fantastic, but we need new rivalries, and China-Korea is so good for the game.
It's been great to hear the fans getting into this one all game long. Of course, the Koreans had a nice outpouring of support back at home in Pyeongchang 2018 when they won bronze, their first para ice hockey medal. Made their Paralympic debut in Vancouver 2010. They finished 6th in that tournament, then 7th in Sochi, and then of course won the bronze in Korea for China. This is their first ever Paralympic hockey tournament, and they are looking to come away with a medal in their first ever appearance. And over the line, good shot in on Jae-Woong Lee, stepped up with the glove. He's going to opt to keep it moving.
Well, I think it's kind of forced there. There's nobody around him. The ref was yelling at him to move it.
Loose in the slot. Li Hongguang turns it around. Gets right back to it. Slashes it around the boards. Low into the Korean zone.
I'm a little surprised at the domination that the Chinese have had. The bulk of the play has been in the Korean zone.
China have dominated for stretches in this tournament, although the Czechs gave them a great game. That was back at the quarterfinals. It was a 3-1 lead for China. The Czechs tied it up at 3, and then a late goal from the Chinese propelled them ahead by a 4-3 final.
And you know what? It looked like it was going into overtime. The Czech player, veteran Czech player, made a mistake behind the net, and the Chinese team capitalized on their opportunity to win the game and go on to the semifinal and ultimately the bronze medal game, and that's what you want. You want to capitalize. There's not a lot of mistakes in the game. You want to capitalize on it, and they did.
It was Wang Zhidong with 2 goals in that game, including the late eventual game winner for China. And he's got the game winner in this one as it stands right now. The match's opening tally. As it comes all the way back. Exactly 2 minutes to go here in the second. That'll be icing.
You know, one of the things that should be in play with Korea winning the bronze in Korea in 2018, China looking really good to potentially win the bronze here in China in 2022. The Italians have to be looking at this going, we've got the games in 2026. We have to put the infrastructure in place over the next 4 years to have an opportunity to go for the bronze. You know, unless something crazy happens, the Canadians and the Americans with their grassroots programs, they're still in domination of this game. But when you win a bronze medal and you're a country like China, Korea, Italy, it is a huge, huge boost for your program. And that's how this game is going to grow.
Wasn't that long ago, Russia in Sochi 2014 came away with silver in that tournament as well. So the hosts have done pretty well here in recent memory.
And they were only 38 seconds away. It was a 0-0 game, a mistake at the blue line from the Russian team. Sweeney picks up the puck. He was a great player too. He was a captain back in 2014. Picked it up and put it in with 38 seconds left to go up. A little bit of
this is an animated conversation. The translator gets a stern talking to here from the Canadian referee.
Yeah, and he was going at the linesman. I don't know why he's going at the linesman. The linesman has nothing to do with it. You want to go after somebody, the referee is the guy in control. But the Canadian referee took control and he said, hey, I've had enough.
Wow, there's a penalty out of this, Paul. Wow. So Liu Ji is in the box. Delay of game.
Because they wouldn't break up. It was a timeout there. They wouldn't break it up. They were asked to break it up. He waited. And he waited a bit too long.
And just like that, we know why the Chinese coaching staff was so upset. So Korea, another opportunity on the power play. 0 for 16 in the tournament. They've had plenty of chances today.
Well, as great as the Chinese team is playing, they're giving the Koreans every opportunity to get back in this game. Koreans need one with the last minute and change left to go into the dressing room down by 1. They don't have a lot of time to take advantage of their best player on the opposition team being in the box. He's going to be out in a few minutes.
Back through the neutral zone. Comes all the way down the ice into our final minute of play now. In the second. This one scooped ahead with the Chinese line offside as Jong Kyung Lee was cut off along the far side boards.
That's just selfish, not smart play whatsoever by the Koreans to go offside on a power play.
We've seen them in particular struggle with a breakout. Couple icings, couple offsides.
And that comes into play too, playing those 2 preliminary games where you're dominated, you know, 9-1 and it was 6-0 with the Canadian game, was it not? And then 11-0.
That's right.
Not a lot of chances to work on your breakout in those games.
No, both these teams got smacked pretty good in the semis, both losing 11-0 to Canada and the United States. We're putting on quite a show here in the bronze medal game thus far. It's been an eventful one. We approach the final 30 seconds of period number 2.
Very impressed with the penalty kill by the Chinese team. Very, very impressed.
Jung plays this up the middle. Siwoo Choi skates it over the line, looks to leave it behind. It's picked up and deposited down the ice by Zhu Zhenfu on China. One more chance here for a Korean power play breakout. Up to center. They stay with it, crossing in over the line. Jung on the right side, can't get the shot away. Time running out, and there will be no shot to end the second period. 1 goal in the second. Shi Yifeng with another beautiful marker for China to make it 2-0. Some penalties against the Chinese open the door Just a crack for South Korea, but they've been yet to take advantage of it. Shut out after 30 minutes of play in the bronze medal game. It's a 2-0 lead for China.
The Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games are brought to you by Sport Check, proud partner of the Canadian Paralympic team.
Danica, defense. Yara.
A new challenge.
Reese, defense.
Check.
Adriana, defense. Eva.
Proving myself. Check. It's not always easy. Check. Did I ever dream of this? Every night. When you find what moves you, it gets you through.
Stop. Just for a moment. With all the moving we do, maybe we've forgotten how joyous movement can be. Movement belongs to all of us. And no matter who you are or where you're from, we can help you get to wherever you need to go. And before you know it, you're on a great journey, moving from who you are to who you will become.
Toyota, start your impossible.
Train for your true calling with the Canadian Armed Forces. A message from the Government of Canada.
What? Lipstick? Uber Eats? Oh, it tastes like purple.
Hey, the gold medal event's on soon.
It is?
Yeah.
The event's about to start!
Or we can just watch it on the 5 TV app.
Watch anywhere on any device with the 5 TV app.
Yeah, you're doing it. Slowly.
This really is the stuff of Olympic dreams.
Ryan, we have found that you have a condition known as Stargardt macular degeneration. There is no treatment.
Right. Tree.
Toyota, start your impossible.
I'm here to prove that if you can see it, you can be it.
I survived cancer. The mountains, they don't scare me.
Losing my sight hasn't stopped me from going for gold.
When more of us play, more of us win. Visa, a network working for everyone.
Shot just getting inside the gate. Now there's that smile again. There we go.
We took a couple shots, then a couple more. The CEBL's Edmonton Stingers rep Canada at Pan America's Premier Club competition. I'm just living in the moment. The Basketball Champions League America's tournament, only on CBC Gem.
War in Ukraine.
This entire country is dedicated to the singular goal of survival.
I'm really scared, but I'm just hoping for the best.
For up-to-the-minute coverage, stay with CBC News.
Make a difference in the lives of Canadians with a disability and help make sport accessible to all. The Para 50/50 is open to residents of Alberta and Ontario 18 years of age and up. Visit para5050.ca and get your tickets today.
Well, there's an intense match between Korea and China on the ice. Shen Yifeng from China scored a second goal, leaving the current standing 2-0. An incredible match happening on the ice. All right, let's take a look at another competition happening today. 10 Canadians will be competing in the para cross-country skiing at the National Biathlon Centre. A third of Canada's 21 medals so far have been won here, including 2 gold from Brian McKeever and 2 gold from Natalie Wilkie. Let's take a look at the 5 athletes competing in the sitting middle distance. Christine Picton of Fonthill, Ontario, led the way on the women's side. She was 7th twice already, and now she is in 8th. Fellow Ontarian from Bracebridge, Colin Cameron, has already won not 1, but 2 bronze, using his massive upper body strength to take both the sitting sprint and distance races. He had the best finish of any Canadian in this category. Let's watch him go. Sleeves? Who needs them, right, Colin Cameron? The native of Bracebridge, Ontario, has had plenty of success so far at these Paralympics in Beijing. After bronze medals in the men's sitting sprint and long distance events, he was looking for more hardware in the middle distance competition today. The 33-year-old battled it out from start to finish. His effort was good for third until his gutsy finish by Italy's Giuseppe Ramel. The 30-year-old nudged Cameron off the podium by less than 6 seconds to earn him his first Paralympic medal. And who was the first to congratulate him? You guessed it, Cameron. It doesn't get any better.
All right, Summer, in the middle distance standing events, they're calling it a golden goodbye. Brian McKeever's final individual race results in yet another gold, his 16th, tying him for the most ever by a male Paralympian. There will be an encore, though. He will ski in the open event with Brittany Hudak. Natalie Wilkie recovered from a fall to win silver. Mark Arenz and Emily Young placed off the podium. While he already has a medal of every color in biathlon at these Paralympics, Mark Arenz had to settle for 7th in the men's standing middle distance cross-country event today. It was the legendary Brian McKeever of Canmore, Alberta, who stole the spotlight at the Zhangjiakou National Nordic Center. Competing in the final individual race of his storied career, the 42-year-old dominated from start to finish alongside his longtime guide Graham Nishikawa. After 12.5 kilometers of skiing, McKeever secured his 16th Paralympic gold medal in visually impaired competition by nearly a minute. Nishikawa hit the snow, exhausted. McKeever, meantime, looked like he was ready to do it all over again. Here he is with our Jean-Patrick Boileau after the race.
Brian, this was your last individual race at the Paralympic Games. What's the key word right now? Joy? Relief? What is it?
Teamwork. I think that's it. You know, you don't get here without having a great team behind you and beside you. And I think for us, you know, like to have best friends as teammates and guides, it is absolutely fantastic. I couldn't ask for anything more. We've had a lot of fun racing together and training together since we were juniors. So it's this is just a nice way to finish out.
What an amazing athlete. More where that came from. Tomorrow, 6 a.m. ET, 3 Pacific. We're back at the National Biathlon Center to bring you the para cross-country skiing relays and then the much-anticipated closing ceremony at the National Stadium, the Bird's Nest. Watch it all with us right here on CBC. Passion and controversy. It's 2-0 China. Goals by Wang Zhidong and Shen Yifeng. Third period coming up from Beijing 2022.
The Paralympic Winter Games, Beijing 2022, are brought to you by Toyota.
Start your impossible. Toyota, proud sponsor of the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
Just because anything can now be delivered with Uber Eats does not mean you can eat anything. So stop thinking that not food is food. Got it? Food.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Take it all in. Show up early. Stay late. Live your passion. Get out. Get in. Do more. Hold. Get the bag. Keep one packed. Don't put it off. Because when we make it count, we rise higher.
Haley Wickenheiser has the puck. She's looking around for the open slot. She passes the puck over to Jolyn Wong. Jolyn Wong with the wrister to R2 Drake. What a debut! Malta Garçon with it, putting on a show. To Michaela Barnes, 94. Over to her mom. To Canadian Blind Hockey with the saucer over to Team Canada's Tyler McGregor. McGregor shoots, he scores!
Thanks, Canada.
And to Grow Sport in Canada, Canadian Tire is donating $300,000.
To tackle climate change, we all need to do our part. That's why the Government of Canada is taking action to help protect our environment. We're reducing plastic waste. We're making our homes and buildings more energy efficient. We're building a cleaner, greener economy. Find out how you can help leave a healthier environment for our kids and grandkids. A message from the Government of Canada.
Stop. Just for a moment. With all the moving we do, maybe we've forgotten how joyous movement can be. Movement belongs to all of us. And no matter who you are or where you're from, we can help you get to wherever you need to go. And before you know it, you're on a great journey, moving from who you are to who you will become.
Toyota, start your impossible.
We can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
What is a gem?
Excellent question.
He is. She's a gem. They're a gem.
Awesome.
This is definitely a gem.
It's perfect, actually.
But so is this.
Whoa!
And that.
You can explore and find out more.
Oh, and this, of course.
You were pinky sworn to sign it.
I do not have pinky.
Find your gem on CBC Gem and stream it for free.
Crunch time in Beijing in this bronze medal game. The host team, China, leading South Korea 2-0 after 30 minutes of play and 15 minutes away from a date with history. Victor Fidley with Paul Rosen. Team China in their first ever Paralympic hockey tournament, looking to make it their first ever Paralympic hockey medal, and in doing so would become the 8th different nation to win a medal in Paralympic hockey as they send this one in early on. And very briefly there, it was a quick 15-second man advantage to start this period for South Korea's Liu Ji jumps out of the box, and we're back to even strength.
They kill another penalty, and a lot of excitement in this game.
I hope that the gold medal game later, Canada and the United States, will be as exciting as this one has been.
That is a rivalry that's not new by any stretch of the imagination. Canada and USA rematch of Pyeongchang 2018. That was an unforgettable gold medal final between those two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-1, the U.S. wins in overtime. The Declan Farmer show at the end of the game. U.S. playing for the great coach who passed away a few months before the games, Jeff Sauer.
Here's a chance developing almost through the middle. Wei Zhidong would have been in all by himself looking for his second goal.
One thing the Koreans haven't done is they haven't changed the goaltender.
That's right, and that's something we've seen them do every game leading up to this. Is a hard hit on the far side takes the play away. The Chinese have been pretty keen on changing their goaltenders as well throughout the tournament.
But I guess when everything's on the line and the bronze medal is, they stayed with their two big goalies. Number 32 for Korea and number 20 for China.
There's Jae-Woong Lee between the pipes for Korea. On the other side there you saw Ji Yanzhao, who's seen the majority of the minutes already leading up to this game in the tournament for China. And the same can be said for Jae-Woong Lee. Have been some rather interesting goaltending decisions. South Korea opted to start Hyuk-jun Choi in the semifinal against Canada. Then when it was 7-0, the game was completely over. That's when they decided to go with Jae-Woong Lee halfway through and change the netminders.
Yeah, we were scratching our heads over that one.
2 days later, I still haven't come to terms with why that decision was made, Paul. As back to center ice it comes, and South Korea reload.
Wherever the great coach Mike Keenan is, he's going, I like that strategy. He pulled goalies like, I don't even know what, but he pulled goalies a lot.
Meishu Song tries to throw it in from center. Puck does roll to the blue line. And center ice again. China take control. Back into their own zone. They're not going to be in much of a rush here for anything, Paul, but how important is it that they stay on the gas pedal offensively to protect the 2-goal lead?
Oh, it's critical. You cannot sit back now at all. In a couple of minutes, your key players coming back on. I would hope that the coach told them at the point that he'll be eligible to come on, you get a whistle as fast as you possibly can. You don't want Shen being in the box longer than 14 minutes. 14 minutes is long enough. But like you said, there could be no whistle for another minute or two, and then he's in the box for a long time. Great play.
And on the left side, drop pass, and Lee makes the save. Oh! It was loose underneath him for a moment. He flops back on top of it and covers off the shot from Tiang Jin Tao.
That was a great play, and that's another big difference between able-bodied goaltending and para goaltending. He makes the stop. The puck's underneath him. He can't see it because the sled is there, as opposed to able-bodied goaltender looks down. He can move his feet and he sees it. The legs are attached to the sled, so the puck sometimes gets stuck underneath the sled. You have to have your defenseman or somebody yelling at you underneath you. Lay down, whatever it is. I was very fortunate over the years having some great defensemen like John Labonte and Graham Murray to let me know where the puck was.
Off the face-off, the Chinese were able to fish it away and to the near side. In from the line, Zhu Zhenfu sends it around the boards. High in the slot. China control. Shot from Wang Zhidong, glanced off the glove of Jae-Woong Lee. And Wang Zhidong gets right back on it for China. Back to the line. Shot incoming. It's low, and Lee is able to get the glove out.
And
get on top of it. Now there's a much welcome re-arrival to the game.
And the crowd goes wild.
Shen Yifeng back to the ice for China.
There's another unorthodox save with the glove down. He's definitely not listening to me when I tell him about that stick. Have the stick down, make the stop, glove on top.
No surprise, Shen Yufeng, he's not going to sniff the bench, I don't think, for very long, if at all, in the third period of play here with 11:30 to go. Back along the near side. Tian Jintao was stripped of the puck. Back at center. This rolls all the way back into Chinese territory, and a fresh Shen Yufeng has control.
And what a surprise. First man back.
Passes it over. Slammed off the boards and out. Rolling all the way back toward the South Korean net, and Lee lets it go off the side of the net for icing against China.
He got very lucky there that he got the call for icing. It looked like it snuck through the blue paint of the crease. That's where... I
think there's an argument being made for that right now.
Yeah. Oh. A little upset there.
It's been an animated Chinese bench all game long.
They want this bronze medal bad. They can taste it.
Off the draw, South Korea with possession. Bit of a looping shot, tough one to track. And the Chinese goaltender, Jian Zhao, makes a save.
The tension is you could cut it with a knife. The Chinese can taste the bronze medal, and the Koreans are going, we don't have a lot of time. They have to score one soon.
So a chance here for both teams to talk things over in front of their benches. South Korea just looking to generate any kind of offense right now, Paul.
You have to get some shots on net, and quality shots on net. This shot here is something you're not going to see go in no matter who's playing goal. Just a little wobbler towards the Chinese net. Definitely not going to go in unless it's deflected. You got to get somebody in front of the net, a screen, something. Got an in-off, just get some traffic in front of the net so something happens. And when you get that taste of winning a medal, you want it bad. So they got that taste of winning that bronze 4 years ago. They want this bronze bad, but then again, they're going up against the Chinese team, the home nation. The crowd is on their side, and they want to get the taste of that bronze medal.
Shot right off the face-off. Stopped by Yin Zhao as it comes out to center again. Shen Yufeng with the pressure of Siwoo Choi back at his own end. This was tossed out to center off the boards. On the way back down. Suya Tao on the far side boards. Siwoo Choi swirls it back to the line. Shot incoming, another looper. Jia Zhao gets a glove on that.
And that's where you needed somebody in front to, whether you screen it or you deflect it, you get a chance for a rebound. You have to have somebody. You're never going to score from a looping shot from the blue line against goaltenders in this game. That was one where if somebody was in front, they might have been able to pick up some garbage a la Jack Wallace or James Dunn. Two of the very healthy garbage men for Canada and the United States.
Back toward the near side. Trying to cross it over the line onside. Cross ice feed nearly found the mark for Tian Jintao. We've seen lots of here, especially in the later stages of this game. Just 19 years old. The Chinese are not afraid to put out their young players here late in this game. At center, rifled right back in, skips wide of the net. Hard collision on the near side. Jintao skates up to it with Sung Hong Jung. Taken away by China. Aaron Pasto through the slot, floats all the way back through center ice with 9:20 to go in the third.
The clock is starting to run down, and the one thing again for those of you that are watching that haven't watched para ice hockey, one of the biggest differences between para ice hockey and able-bodied hockey, it's only 15-minute periods. In the NHL, in the World Championships of men's game and the women's game. It's 320s, a 60-minute game. Para ice hockey is still not changed that. It's something I've been wanting to change for years and years and years. It's still 3:15s, 45 minutes. That extra 15 minutes is critical, absolutely critical, and the game hasn't changed yet. It's the only difference between the two games.
Back to the line. This one floats out to center. Breakaway for China. Xie Feng passes it over, and Lee makes the save. Got the pad out and takes one away from Li Hongguang. And China stay on the attack.
I tell you one thing, the coach will not be happy with that. You know, he turned it into a 2-on-0. He was unselfish to get that puck over. But when you have your best player, and he has the potential to fire it in on a breakaway and take that chance, that's what you do. And then, if he doesn't score, there's the rebound for the trailer. Right here, he just should have taken off himself instead of slowing down. Or the slip-off pass back to him for the empty net. But you're trying to get a little too fancy there. Got a chance to go up 3-0. That could come back.
Shen Yifeng has been on 2 odd-man rushes like that, and both times he's opted to pass. He does have a big goal right now from back in the second period. That was the marker that made it 2-0 for the Chinese, who currently lead 2-0 in the game, and 15-11 on the shot clock as well.
Oh, here's another one.
Right in front, Xie Feng, and a big stop with the pad again from Lee. And the play is whistled down right after. Shen Yifeng.
And he did the same thing again. I think the Koreans getting a penalty there. Great patience. The only time this time was difference this time was a great save by Lee in goal. That was a bad play there, giving the blocker away.
Did well to recover.
Oh, he held the puck. He put his hand. Now you can use your hand in para ice hockey to move the puck. You can bump it, but you can't close your hand on the puck. That's no matter what. That rule is in all forms of hockey, and that's what he did. And that's a delay game penalty. And this could be it.
So China on the power play with an opportunity to take a commanding 3-0 lead in the third period of this bronze medal game. China already 0 for 2 in the contest on the man advantage. There's a shot incoming, loose in front, and Lee jumps on top of that for the whistle.
Good chatter by the Chinese, good communication, yelling at each other where they want to be, where they want the puck to go. And the best teams in the world do that. They let the player know what's going on.
So Siwoo Choi in the box, as you suspected, Paul, for closing his hand on the puck. Wang Zhidong waved out of the face-off dot. And South Korea win the ensuing face-off. Good effort to keep it in. Shen Yifeng throws on the brakes. Looks to pass it over. One-timer shots taken away by Lee. He's had to make a small collection of great saves here in the middle part of this third period, and there's another.
That was an absolute beautiful pass. Look at this pass. He sees him wide open. Saucer pass. Great play. You know, some people might think I'm crazy if the Koreans end up in 4th place, but Lee's got to get some consideration for goalie of the tournament. Despite the fact he's let a lot in, he has had over 120 shots on goal.
And all the way back into the Chinese zone it goes here with about a minute left in their power play. That was Sui Yutao with a couple looks right on the doorstep. One off the one-timer. And just in over the line. South Korea shovel it back into their own zone.
Listen to that crowd go crazy.
Trying to look to set it up. Xu Jin Kang passes it down low. Xu Zhanfu is there as it comes back out for Wang Zhidong. Wang Zhidong along the left side. Good luck, and Lee turns out of side. Shen Yifang with it now. From behind the net. Shen Yifang into the corner. Picked away by South Korea. Under 10 seconds to go in the power play. That's going to do it for the 5-on-4 for China. Siwoo Choi will jump back to the ice. We are even strength 5-on-5 once again.
6 minutes left in the game. The Koreans have to get a goal soon.
Bounced off the boards. Taken away by Dong Shin Jang. As it comes around to the far side, held in by Wang Zhidong. Zhidong turns away from pressure. Finds Shen Yifang. The shot is blocked. Another one here from China would certainly be the nail in the coffin. Is Wang Zhidong. Brings it in behind the Korean net. Circles out to the near side. Some contact there with Siwoo Choi. Centers it in front for Shen Yifang. He got a stick on it. Deflected that on Lee, who was sharp and makes the save.
I tell you what, if it wasn't for Lee in goal, and we've said this all tournament, you know, even when it was 9 on him, it wasn't for him, there'd be 12, 13. If it wasn't for him, this game would have been over 3-4 minutes ago, as Shen is played incredible. What a beautiful deflection there, and what a great stop. Look at this. In the corner, throwing it over. Great little deflection, great glove stop. Lee's made some huge stops. This could be 5-0 easy. Tell you one thing though, if the Chinese hold on and win this bronze medal, you want to watch that gold medal game tonight for 2 reasons. One, it's going to be a great game, Canada and the United States. But 2, there'll be a lot of Chinese in the crowd waiting to see their fellow countrymen get that bronze medal put around their neck. It will be exciting. I am really looking forward to it.
South Korea needing to dig deep for offense here now, transitioning into the late stages of the 3rd period in this Paralympic bronze medal game. China looking to do what South Korea did on home ice in 2018. That's win the bronze medal. Last 2 years now, Paralympic hockey bronze medal games from 2018 and 2014, both those contests were shutouts. So South Korea beat Italy 1-0 in 2018. Canada shut out the Norwegians in Sochi by a 3-0 final in 2014. And right now, China maintaining a 2-0 lead over South Korea here in Beijing. Puck comes out to center again. Hustling in hard on the far side. Lee Hung-Wang loose in front, and that one rolls just wide on Liu Ji. Oh, and he is robbed out in the corner. A monster head from South Korea. And that's going to be a penalty to Young Sung Kim. And the Koreans can ill afford that at this stage in the game.
That's a selfish penalty there. You still are only 1 goal away from being able to pull your goaltender and have an opportunity to tie this game up. A terrible elbow to the head. Look at this again. Takes the puck, slips down, boom, dirty shot to the head. And that could be their bronze medal down the drain right now. They're both getting a penalty.
Interesting. So Liu Ji on the Chinese side is in the box. So that's going to level things up.
The only thing I can think of there is after the shot, because it was the player that was hit, he did something or maybe said something for unsportsmanlike. The penalty to the Korean is for the elbow. I want to see what the penalty to the Chinese player is. More than likely, it's unsportsmanlike conduct because you saw him chirping him, and there's an opportunity for the referee to even it out. 4-on-4. And I tell you what, we know who's going to dominate the 4-on-4. It's number 17, the player of the game for sure.
Shen Yifang on China. As both teams with the whiteboard out here talking things over.
14-9-5.
So key moment here in the late part of this 3rd period at National Indoor Stadium. 4:39 to go in the third period. It's going to be 4-on-4.
With 4:39 left, to the Chinese it'll seem like 4 hours, and to the Koreans it'll seem like 4 seconds.
Now 2 Koreans in the box. So I believe this is going to be a 5-on-4 then for China.
So there probably was the initial penalty for elbowing, and then unsportsmanlike for both of them. Could have even been 2 10-minute misconducts for the way they were talking to each other.
That might have been the case here, Paul, because I believe we still are even strength, 4-on-4. Along the near side boards, Shen Yifeng with the pressure in on the forecheck on Young Jae Cho of Korea. Plays it up the boards and out to the far side. It is 4-on-4 hockey. Shen Yifeng high in the slot, throws it right back around.
Had to be a 10-minute misconduct there that just doesn't go up on the board.
Shen Yifeng passes out in front. That was a good look. And just missed the stick of Zhu Zhangfu. Back from the line. Zhu Zhangfu plays it deep. Shen Yifeng. Near side corner. Back to the line. Stopped up by Xu Jinking. Shen Yifeng, and off the wing, and he hits the iron and stays out off the crossbar. As Wang Zhidong plays it back around. Shen Yifeng continues to have his fingerprints all over this game as he's in hot pursuit. As Korea bring it to center. Pass to the near side.
He's hitting everything that moves in a blue sweater, and he's not going to leave the ice.
They're on the far side. Here you separated Zhu Zhangfu for the puck as it comes back out to center. Korea control under 3 minutes now to go in the third period.
And the Koreans are going to have to look to get the extra attacker and Lee to the bench very soon.
Koreans haven't scored since they added an empty netter in the quarterfinal against Italy to win that game 4-0. Siwoo Choi run into, stopped at his tracks, and China clear the zone. And fresh out of the box, Liu Ji will be the first to hunt it down. Plays it back. Wang Zhidong. He raced along the board, stays with it though, and scoops it back around for Shen Yifeng. He's got it locked up now.
That's a smart play. Just kill some time. Eat it on the boards, kill some time.
Stuffs it up the outside of the net now to Shen Yifeng as it's played back around to the far side. Held in. Oh! Back in front, Shen Yifeng nearly got a stick on that off the pass from Wang Zhidong. Back to the line again. Shen Yifeng. Oh! They score! Li Hongguan for China. That will seal the deal. 3-0 for the Chinese late in the third.
And Lee has played incredible. They wanted the opportunity to pull the goalie for the extra attacker, but it didn't happen. Look at this, fingerprints all over the game from number 17. A great pass into the slot. One-timer, no chance for Lee as he's sliding across. And like in the old school, Don Meredith, you remember him? I don't know if you remember him. He does. When a game ended in Monday Night Football, he'd sing, "Turn out the lights, the party's over." And the party's over for Korea, but the party is just beginning for China. Wow, what excitement for this game of para-ice hockey as the Chinese, their first Paralympic Games, they're walking away with a bronze medal. This is great for the game, Victor.
What an amazing rise to this stage for China. It was only about 5 or so years ago that they started this program. A number of these players, Paul, had never even played para-ice hockey until the program was started in 2016.
And this is a great fingerprint for all the countries out there that maybe are looking to get a para-ice hockey team, whether it's the men's game or the women's game, and we want to grow the women's game so much. The countries that are, maybe we can do it. You can do it. Put the infrastructure in, get the grassroots program, get the young kids Get the disabled young kids out there to have something to strive for. Get some dreams going. Look at what's happening here in China.
China back from their own zone. And the crowd will be singing their praises throughout the rest of the night in Beijing. A major accomplishment in their first Paralympic hockey tournament to bring home a bronze medal, to keep a bronze medal at home.
Well, I tell you what, I know we're still a little ways away from the gold medal game tonight with Canada and the USA. I just got a message from Greg Westlake, who was my roommate for 7 years, and he told me to tell you and all the Canadians out there that he is going to be putting everything on the line tonight against the US, as this more than likely will be the last time he dons the Canadian jersey.
Five-time Paralympian Greg Westlake helping lead the charge for Canada. A massive gold medal game for them. Later in China, that'll be USA, Canada, but for bronze, what a thrilling, spirited affair it's been between South Korea and China. And South Korea's tournament here will come to an end with a fourth-place finish. No medals for them as they're looking to try and break up the shutout now, if anything. Here comes Shen Yifeng one more time over the line. Empty netter, and the deal is officially sealed.
Well, I tell you what, it couldn't happen to a better player. This kid is the future of the game in China. He's young, he's talented. Call him the Declan Farmer of China. Call him the Tyler McGregor of China. This kid can do it all. He's had some great hits, some great passes, some great goals, incredible speed. Wow, what else can I say but wow?
And rather appropriate that Shen Yifeng closes it out. That's goal number 8 for him in the tournament. So unless Brody Roybal puts together a hat trick tonight, could potentially time if he scores 2. Shen Yifeng could very well end this tournament as the leading goal scorer.
That's great to see. You very rarely see the leading scorer in the tournament on the bronze medal team.
Especially from a team that 7 years ago didn't exist.
Yes.
What a run. Team China, bronze at home in Beijing 2022.
The final score of tonight's game, Team China 4, Team Korea 0.
What a game. That's excitement. That is excitement. I've been on both sides, Victor. I've been on that side of elation where you're just mobbed, and as a goaltender, the players are just on top of you. All the hard work pays off. And on the other side where Korea is, I've been on that side too, where you just want to dig a hole in the ice and go away. But it's all a learning experience. You have to learn how to lose before you can appreciate how to win. Korea will be back. They have to get their grassroots program on track. But for China and the way they competed, man, the future of this game is very bright. You've had new teams in it. For the first time, Slovakia. Now they're in the relegation situation, but they could still come back. And you love to see this at the end of a hard-fought game. The handshakes, although there's no more handshakes, it's all fist pumps now. But I am looking forward to seeing the Chinese get their bronze medal tonight. Just a fun game, Victor.
Such a unique story authored by China throughout this tournament. So many unknowns, so much mystery and mystique behind this team. Where are these players from? How are they going to fare against the best teams in the world? And at the end of it all, third best team in this tournament.
And you know what? They only lost one game all tournament. They lost to the U.S. 11-0. Yes, it was a dominating. They're still a ways behind Canada and the U.S. But the wins were great. They were exciting. And to end it off with a bronze medal and a shutout. There's the goalie right there. little tribute to the great Vladislav Tretiak. Lee should not hold his head down at all, Victor. He had 120-plus shots on goal. Unheard of.
So it is a 4-0 final for China in this bronze medal game as they take a spot on the podium. The gold medal game comes your way, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight for Canada-USA. Summer Mortimer and Scott Russell coming up shortly here. Thanks for watching the Canadian Para Ice Hockey Show.
The Canadian Para Ice Hockey Show, brought to you by Petro-Canada. At Petro-Canada, we're proud supporters of Canada's coaches and athletes.
Wow, what a historic game. So China wins the bronze medal. Great job by Victor Finlay and Paul Rosen, the 2006 Paralympic Winter Games champion in para ice hockey. Yes, back with Summer Mortimer. That's the first time that China has played in the tournament because they were the hosts, and they take home the bronze medal. Kind of symbolic of what the Chinese have done at these Paralympic Winter Games.
Oh, for sure. When China won the bid for these Winter Paralympics, they put a lot of money and planning and programming into their programs for the winter sports. And you can see the success they had with the para ice hockey team as just one example.
And it's good for para sport in general, I would think, because of the population in China. A lot of people going to get interested.
Yes, here's hoping. Over 2 billion people in China. That's a lot of potential for them to have some new superstars at future games.
As we said, it was reflected in the number of medals that the Chinese have won at these games. So why don't we take a look at the medals? Summer?
You can point to many examples from these games which indicate that China has become a powerhouse in parasport. Their bronze medal in hockey being just one. That puts another log on the Paralympic fire they have delivered at home. 59 medals in 2022, one in their 5 previous games combined.
All right, so we know who won hockey bronze. Now it's time to decide gold. Canada and the United States, just like 4 years ago in Pyeongchang. Watch them put a bow on Beijing 2022 right here with us at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Canada hasn't won gold since 2006 in para hockey. And stick around, because coming up next, we take you into the bronze medal match of wheelchair curling, Canada versus Slovakia. The roaring game as Paralympic Winter Games morning continues right here on CBC.
The Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games are brought to you by Bell. This winter, Team Canada comes alive on every screen.
macular degeneration. There is no treatment.
Right. Check.
Toyota. Start your impossible.
Hoy te he mirado sin quererlo, te he mirado a mi lado pasar. Me tuve que tragar el sentimiento, no supe de tu aliento, no más te vi pasar.
You can now get anything delivered with Uber Eats, but take it from me, that doesn't mean you can eat anything.